I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deke loves an outing. That was a dark time in Deke's life. Deke found himself in service of the cruelest wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good. We have arrived. Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
You got one!
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you...
There. I'm not going to hurt you.
I tell you this, Hogwarts is lucky.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
Do you have any advice on it?
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it could... Try using that spell the next time you encounter us.
Then I shall go and rest.
Good luck, Deke.
Revelio. Levioso. I'll look after you. No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm.
I rescued a job and all.
Deke hopes your job and all finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deke knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deke will see you there.
Hello, Deke. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the... So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to...
How did you end up at Hogwarts after working for your former master?
Deke's prior master had no family, so when he died, all of his house elves were relocated by the ministry. Deke was the most fortunate one, as Deke was sent to Hogwarts. Deke's friends were not as fortunate.
I shall go and find a moon.
Deke will be waiting for your...
Levioso! Everything's all right now. It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
Another beast, safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's...
All right.
Deke's no herbology professor. There you are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home. But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of? Heavens! You've done it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready. Look at this. It's amazing.
Where are we, Deke?
It seems to be a place for your beasts to live, a vivarium of some sort. Oh, your beasts will be quite comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them, let them see their new home. thinks the vivarium will be a fitting new home for you.
Indeed. I only hope we'll have enough space for all of them.
Deke hopes so too. But if you do run out of room, Madam Peck at Brood and Peck in Hogsmeade will help to find safe homes for them.
Any beasts that the room can't hold?
Yes, she's well known for helping to care for beasts in need. And, speaking of care, beasts that are well fed and groomed will provide you with valuable magical materials. If you gather some magical materials from your beasts...
Very well. I've collected some magical material.
Now, Deke can show you how. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure.
An enchanted loom.
Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials, making your clothing more useful in a... Why don't you try it? Deke thinks you'll be impressed with what the...
I'll go and experiment with the loom now. That came out nicely. I should show Deke. I used the enchanted loom, Deke.
Wonderful.
Will I be able to weave even more powerful magic into my clothing with the loom?
You will, by rescuing even more powerful beasts. For now, however, Deke suggests you explore the vivarium and get to know the beasts you've already rescued.
Can I use the loom to enhance any item?
The loom will only enhance clothing of a certain quality. Deke suspects you'll find more valuable clothing as you... Deke also knows that some of the shops in Hogsmeade can provide you with...
Thank you for your help, Deke.
Deke's no herbology professor, but some plants here seem to be ready to harvest.
I don't have anything for this at the moment.
Off on another adventure, are we?
I dream of making a better world. But better not be. You may want to move. Back to the dirt, like you. My ear.
Confringo! Defendo!
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flue powder.
Perhaps a hybrid. Bouncing tentacle.
I've finished the activities you assigned.
Wonderful! I hope you gained a great... Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving... Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots. Wonderfully done! If you'd like to practice a bit more, you're welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just...
Confringo! Flipendo! Arresto momentum! Flipendo!
Hello, Serona. I received your owl.
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact...
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again.
Of course.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a...
I don't believe...
She's lovely. Her late husband, Aidan, was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me. And Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Revelio. Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
This looks intriguing.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. I could use some gold.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Excuse me, did you...
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Doc. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph. Only he's gone Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed... I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to...
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper. One that... Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her. Hope they know what they're doing.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Defender! Glacius! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Defender! Arresto momentum! Flipper!
Is that imperion with the jumper? That must be Bardolph.
Defendo! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Glacius! Defender! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Glacius! Defender! Confringo!
I'm sure Madame Bardolph would want to know what really happened to him.
Revelio!
This mentions Inferi, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next.
Levioso!
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Tips in the hat, if you please. I know there was something I was meant to pick up in town, but...
I do hope my brother is all right.
Madame Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Adolf? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news.
What? Bardolph, my dear, dear brother.
I was standing behind a till counting.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your wig.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you.
I can certainly try and find some.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but the cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to. Hope they know what they're doing.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Expelliarmus! You death in one of my own! You will...
Someone messing about. How did that feel?
Expelliarmus!
Coward! Body barely!
Confringo! Glacier!
I won't go down as easy!
Defender!
Time to get my claws out.
Confringo! Glacier! Expelliarmus! Defender! Confringo! Glaciers! Expelliarmus! Descendo! Arresto momentum!
Let's have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters.
Incendio.
Almost there. One more hawk lump to harvest.
Revelio. Incendio. Confringo.
That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Incendio. Incendio. Flupendo. Incendio. Confringo.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or...
Arresto momentum. Descendo. Incendio. Confringo. Defender. Expelliarmus. Glacius. Confringo. Incendio. Glacius. Defender. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Glacius. Confringo. Defender. Glacius. Confringo.
Should think they felt that in London.
Revelio. Confringo.
Confringo! Revelio.
This must be Sorona's box. Better have a look around. See about the Hawk Clumps and the box of letters.
Revelio.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Revelio.
That's all the Hawk Clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Incendio. Revelio.
Incendio. Revelio.
I think that's everything. Sirona will be... I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these hawk lumps. Seems a pleasant enough little place. Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some hawk lumps for you, and I found Sirona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Sirona will be delighted. How kind of you. No.
I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Revelio.
Talk about you taking down that troll in the village.
I had the courage to go into the forest.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and...
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you...
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when you're... I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirror.
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be in it. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever...
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't, and not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness... Well...
I'm glad I could be of help.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memory.
Revelio. Aloha Mora.
Revelio.
My advice when dealing with untoward matters? In for a cut, in for a galleon.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Oh, hello. The name is Porrick Haggerty, and this...
I'd like to ask you about your...
Certainly, that'd be fine.
What do you have for sale?
It's, good luck for me you stopped by today. Glad you were able to stop by.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make.
Now you should be able to travel to and from Feldcroft in an instant.
You made it.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way. Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Aloha, Mora.
Revelio.
An intruder!
Revelio.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you...
Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to...
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel.
Oh dear, Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being at Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Aura, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
Revelio.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house?
She's all right. She said she was going...
Nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at...
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the loyalists.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he... I hope you'll remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
I wouldn't mind it.
Hello, nice to meet you. What do you have for sale?
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I'll admit, I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something. Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Only good husbands are dead.
Arrest her momentum. Flipendo. Levioso. Confringo.
Hurt me! Squid. I'll find you. Let's get this over.
Confringo.
Expelliarmus!
I won't rest. How childish! I will make you pay. That was pitiful!
Expelliarmus!
Rather unwise coming back this way. You've made your last mistake. One less human to worry about.
Expelliarmus!
I won't rest. Such arrogance. Your acrobatics will only postpone the inevitable.
Defender!
No!
Descender!
I will make you pay. I won't rest. I'll know one less human to worry about. No! I will make you pay.
Expelliarmus!
I won't rest. Not quite.
Expelliarmus! I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you. Reparo!
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire. Worried, she came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flame. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. They didn't even give her...
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by.
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Revelio.
I've heard goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard. It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Revelio.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library?
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts, where you ended up via a port. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by... Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out. A stairwell. Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
Revelio left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this. Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Revelio,